So we're going to talk about getting wealthy in cryptocurrency, everlasting wealth, how to achieve it. Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. If you're new, make sure you subscribe, hit the bell button and leave a like. Now, you've probably noticed, new green screen. Might look a little bit better, I don't know. There may not be as many jagged edges, we'll see. But hey ho. Anyways, I want to talk about compounding, how this market kind of works in terms of growing wealth. Now, I know a lot of people are new, and this is why I'm kind of focusing it on more like, newish content. Get you kind of in, that right frame of mind to kind of achieve said goals that they may be there as an investor, right? I want to go on to Binance. I want to look at certain price points in the BTC pair more than anything and explain why it's important and why people are probably missing the obvious here in terms of that price action and, most importantly, time. Why? A lot of people get really upset and annoyed. A lot of people leave the space very quickly when the prices go down, when realistically that's where the opportunity is. Whales make money via buying low, taking that good money that you've now distributed into their hands, weak into strong, right? You need to be one of those strong hands. Doesn't matter how much money you've got. If you play the same game and the same mentality, guess what's going to happen, boys and girls? You're going to get wealthier over time. That's it. Simple. So, if you don't know, I invested in 2016. I've been slowly growing my Satoshis. I've been slowly, with a number of mistakes as well, I may add. No one's perfect. But realistically, the same mechanism throughout this time period is going to be the same thing that happened last year and the year before that. It's all about the Satoshis for me. That's how I play the game. Why? Dominance chart is an important factor for timing. Timing is key. And everyone says that with us. Sorry, guys and girls. Oh, you're so lucky. Oh, you got in at a good time. Well, no, I planned it. I worked it out. I figured it out. I figured out what works for me and I go for it every time. Now, yesterday's video, I talked about 7 mistakes. Today's video, I'm going to talk about how to grow from those 7 mistakes, essentially, right? So you need to buy low. You need to sell high. You need to have ammo. You need to have profit. And you need to utilize and use it at the right time, at the right conditions of the market. That's it. Simple. So research is important. Obviously, don't just buy into anything. Don't just be concerned about what I'm holding. Don't be concerned about what other people are holding. Don't be concerned about all kinds of what on earth. Crazy. That was $600 not too long ago. So you can kind of get the picture, right? So if you don't know, I use a mechanism called the dominance chart, and that is mainly what I use. I have Bitcoin. I put Bitcoin into said assets when they're low. So if you go into anything, so let's look at Ethereum right now. If you go into this, even on TradingView, you can use TradingView if you wanted to, or you can use CoinMarkup, which I'm using now. You can use all kinds of metrics as long as you're using Ethereum / BTC or whatever altcoin / BTC. You'll be able to understand this very, very quickly if you're using Bitcoin. If you're using USD, just buy them low in the USD pairs. That's, and you're selling it for USD for basically capital. Personally, I want Satoshis. Anyways, toggle this, the BTC chart. And what we're looking for here is this line, this orangey, yellowy orange thing, going low as it possibly can. That's it. If that goes low, dominance of Bitcoin is essentially going up. Dominance of Ethereum is probably going down. Therefore, you can get much better price action using Satoshis. It actually works out, you get quite a decent chunk of, bits and bobs. And I'm going to go over a few pairs in a bit on Binance just to show you as a bit of a guide. So overall, that's what I'm looking for. So again, similar sort of metric. If you're looking at like January back here and then so on up here, you're going to grow a load of Bitcoin essentially, and that's what you're doing. And over time, Bitcoin should be a hedge. And if you want to profit from Bitcoin, guess what? When Bitcoin is high at 65, 78, whatever, $1,000, take a little bit out, enjoy life, right? Simple as that. So the more Satoshis you can get as the price is lower, the easier life is. Anyways, let's go to Binance, because I want to talk about this predominantly. I want to talk about a low cap coin as well, which is kind of, you got to think mixture. Low caps, mid caps, high caps, right? It's entirely up to you how you do it. But I'm not really a fan of this white Binance, I'll be honest. Anyways, common question. Do I sell into USD or do I sell into Bitcoin? Personally, if you're buying Bitcoin, you should sell in Bitcoin if you're going to sell higher Satoshis. The one thing that people don't realize as well, just to kind of put this point out there, If the total 2 chart is going up or down, but the dominance chart is doing the opposite to it, it's going to get a bit sketchy whatever way you're looking at it. So let's just say, for example, the total 2 chart or the total chart is going down and the dominance of Bitcoin is going up, you're going to be bleeding out very, very heavily. Yes, you may well find that you're making USD because Bitcoin's going up and it's driving the price of your assets up, but you're actually losing Satoshis. It would be better off just buying and holding Bitcoin at that moment, which is kind of where the timing comes in. So let's look at this. You go on to Binance. There's a link below if you want to get some freebies or freeze it off. Don't go to derivatives because that's obviously futures. You want to go into this, basically trade. Go to Classic or Advanced. Personally, I use Classic, and it's very, very simple, right? All you need to do, go on to this toggle here and go BTC, right? And there are all the BTC charts. And as you can see, every single price element here is basically the sum of what Bitcoin is in USD versus whatever the coin actually becomes. It's the same price. So one thing that I mentioned not too long ago is on my Twitter was I want to get, for the first time, 1 million RSR. I missed out last time. So I bought into RSR. I got a decent chunk. It went up to 11 cents. Happy days. But I wanted 1 million. I didn't get it because the market took off and I thought, I'll wait, I'll leave it. It's coming back down to those sort of price ranges now, so I'm quite happy. And when we start thinking about everlasting wealth and long-term goals and all kinds of stuff like that, you can kind of weigh up where things can go in terms of how much price you want in terms of the value. So if you don't know this, one thing that I recommend people to do is have price targets. So how many do you want? When do you want to unload them? When are you wanting to look at like buying into them? Obviously, don't be that person that goes, I'm never going to sell Dogecoin until it hits $1. Because if you bought like 1 cent and it's like goes to 50 cents, you should be looking at freaking selling that thing and going, you know what, I'm happy, live life, right? You know, enjoy yourself, take a bit off the table. If it doesn't hit $1, then you're going to be snookered. Because if it goes below 1 cent, guess what? You had all that money on the table, it just evaporated. That's the worst feeling in the world. Anyways, just to kind of show you, if we're going to say 40 Satoshi levels, which would work out at 1.31 cent, basically. No, 0.013531 in terms of value. So as you can see, this will change every single time you change a number. Depends on the price of Bitcoin, obviously. So if we go down to that price point there, and the Bitcoin stays roughly the same, you know, if you're looking to get basically 1 million... There you go. RSR. Well, guess what? You only need 0.4 BTC, which is pretty neat, realistically, when you think about it. 1 million is a good chunk. And let's just say here, for example, this went to an all-time high of 11 cents. So guess what? You're going to make a decent chunk of money there. That's 100k. What is 0.4 BTC right now? It's not 100k, put it that way. So that is where you kind of look at it. So even though you may find that this actually might go even lower, we may find that this goes to like, you know, basically there, which could be pretty cool. And if you're looking to obviously, you know, grow your bags and you're looking to get 1 million again, we'll just put that right. Is that right? Yeah, there we go. If you're looking at doing that, similar sort of situation is 0.3. You know, the lower it goes, the more you can get for your money. And if the fundamentals of an asset have not changed, well, why are you worried? Again, you could probably look at a few others. So let's look at, I don't know, I talked about it yesterday, Zilliqa. Zilliqa is another good example. I was saying 100 sats looks nice. And it looks crazy when you think about it, thinking that could go down to 3 cents. And yeah, it could. But realistically, Bitcoin could go up in value, right? And this is where it confuses people. So the Satoshi value will stay roughly the same, but BTC might double in price from where it is right now. Dominance will fly up to the moon. This will then be worth 6.5 cents because of that. But realistically, what's happened is your altcoins have just died off a bit, and the Satoshis will kind of be in pain. But realistically, if you're looking to get even $500,000 on that, oh, that's not $500,000. That's $500,000. Half a Bitcoin at 100 Satoshi levels. Nice, you know, you can get some really good amounts. And guess what's going to happen if that goes back up to 25 cents again? Well, everlasting wealth. How much is half a Bitcoin right now? Exactly. You know, this is where the money is, and you're growing it with capital, you're growing it with value appreciation. Obviously, these are just some crazy numbers here. But realistically, if you've done well and you've got, say, half a Bitcoin laying around and you're thinking, well, I can utilize that, do it when the dominance chart is low. Anyways, I want to mention a low cap coin that I've not mentioned in a while. The reason why is because in this environment, this is where you find people looking for like little gems and stuff. Looking for gems is always hard. You're never going to get them. You just got to find something with good fundamentals and manage your risk appropriately. Don't go balls deep into them, because guess what? They're risky. They're lower valued coins. Now again, I mentioned this a while. It's called Pluton. I've talked about it. I've reviewed it. I've done all kinds of stuff. I use this card quite a lot, actually. You know, you can get 3% back on that. And if you're getting 3% in a bear market, now this is where the point is. 3%, stake in that. You know, you put it in, you stake it for 21 days, you get then 3% on your premium kind of membership, right? Brilliant. Guess what's going to happen? In a bear market, as the prices are low, 3% would equal you're getting more units per transaction. I've got people in my Learning Crypto group literally, and I mean this, literally getting a couple of Plu every week just through buying normal stuff, right? That will soon change. This is a $3.5 million market cap coin. It's crazy when you think about it. It has a full use case, a full company in and around, built around payment processing. Bitcoin is going onto the platform soon, and you've also got a wallet going out as well, plus other DeFi protocols and other utilities for like making money in terms of using the card. Cashback, simple, right? But the absolute fundamentals out of this in terms of everlasting wealth is the fact that if this gets off the ground and running, 3.5 million market cap, and the market utilizes its whole strength and the hype gets back into it and we're all back singing and dancing again, the chances are this is going to probably be much higher than 3.5 million market cap. That's the point. So it's all about risk. It's all about utilizing a use case, basically using your brain to find certain things. Now there's all kinds of coins out there. This is just Pluton. This is one that I invest in and I like it. Realistically, if it has a banking license next year, which is what they're looking at, that's probably going to go up in value. If they get multiple users, it's going to go up in value. Multiple people staking to get cash back, it's going to go up in value. Sometimes the price doesn't matter. As long as they've got a company fully functioning and revenue, that's fine. So what you need to look for in any asset, does it have a revenue mechanism? Does it have decent tokenomics? Does it have a good team? Does it have a solid use case? Buy them. Buy them with profit that you've already got or money you can afford to lose at the low prices. And guess what? Just wait. If you're waiting for the dominance to hit a certain point and then you can start going into them, crack on. If you're waiting for the USD prices to hit a certain price level or a percentage correction and you're relying on BTC to push that up to the next level, go for it. Just remember though, look at the dominance chart first, because you may well time it a little bit off. So just be careful on that. Anyways, enjoy. If you've not yet done so, make sure you check out the channel membership. There's a new video going out very, very soon before this one goes out. So you will be able to catch up on that one later on.